Before we begin, there are a few things I want to clarify. There's no single unified Egyptian mythology from start to finish. In fact, there are over 5,000 different versions of Egyptian mythologies. For example, Atum is the central god in the Heliopolitan creation myth, while Amun is the main deity in Thebes. Every major city in ancient Egypt had its own mythology, its own chief deity, and its own set of stories. So, what am I doing in this video series? I'm collecting these scattered stories and organizing them in a way that forms a single coherent timeline, from the beginning of the universe to the end. Keep in mind, some of these myths contradict each other, and not all characters exist in every version. For simplicity and consistency, I'll treat Ra as the supreme deity throughout the series, even if, in some original stories, that role belongs to another god like Atum. All right, let's begin. At the very beginning. Before time, before gods, before anything existed, there was only an infinite void. This emptiness was filled with a single thing. None. The primordial waters. In these endless waters dwelled the highest being, Ra, or Atum in some versions. He remained within none for a long time, until he decided to emerge. He created a mound called the Benben, rising from the waters. On top of this mound bloomed a lotus flower, which opened and released a brilliant light. This light was Ra himself. Ra hoped to find life beyond the waters, but all he saw was a never-ending void. Alone for countless years, Ra eventually grew bored and lonely. So he created two beings from himself, Shu, representing air, and Tefnut, representing moisture. The three lived together for a while until Shu and Tefnut, curious about the world around them, ventured off. Days, years, even centuries passed, and they didn't return. Ra became worried. Fearing something had happened, he plucked out his eye and sent it to search for them. Eventually, Ra's eye found Shu and Tefnut and brought them back. Overcome with joy, Ra shed tears, and from those tears, humanity was born. Note, this is just one version of how humans were created. There's another story we'll explore later that gives a different origin. With air, moisture, sunlight, water, and now humans, the world began to take form. Shu and Tefnut later married and gave birth to two more deities, Nut, the sky, and Geb, the earth. Although they were siblings, Nut and Geb deeply loved each other and were inseparable. Their union created a massive number of stars and four key children, Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. However, their close bond caused problems. Ra and the other gods couldn't tolerate the earth and sky being fused together. So, they separated Nut and Geb, placing Nut above and Geb below, thus defining the physical boundaries of the world. These 9 gods became known as the Ennead, with Ra as their leader. Each represented essential aspects of the natural world. Osiris symbolized justice and order. Isis represented fertility and magic. Set was chaos and storms, and Nephthys was linked to death and protection. This is how the universe was formed in Egyptian mythology. But the story doesn't end here. The second story of human creation was that after the world had taken shape, more divine beings appeared, like Thoth, Sekhmet, and Taweret. But the most important among them for this story is Khnum. Khnum was the god of water, believed to control all water sources, including the Nile and its life-giving floods. He also had a passion, pottery. In one version of the human creation myth, especially from the island of Elephantine, Khnum crafted humans from Nile clay on his potter's wheel, then breathed life into them. This is the second origin story of mankind, and personally, I find it more meaningful. The idea of humans being shaped from Earth with divine care resonates deeply. And that brings us to the end of the first chapter in our journey through Egyptian mythology. From the chaotic waters of Nun to the birth of gods and humans, We've uncovered how the ancient Egyptians imagined the world's beginning. But this is only the beginning. In the next episode, we'll dive into the struggles among the gods, conflict, betrayal, and the rise of Osiris and Isis. Stay tuned as we explore how divine drama shaped both the heavens and the earth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know, do you prefer the version where humans were born from Ra's tears, or the one where Khnum shaped them from clay?